Middle, how the fuck you doing? Right side, how you doing? Oh, not so good. Middle, how you doing? Left side. I think it's a tie between left and middle. Let's give it up for the two Davids. David Arquette. Give it up, y'all. And last but certainly not least, my man, Doofy himself, Dave Sheridan. Salute.
This would have been the one where my 8-year-old showed up. You gonna wrap them up, bro? Come on there, Scarefest. Let me hear you now. Huh? Scarefest is the best, y'all. Scarefest is the best, y'all. We got Doofy, we got Dewey, and a little Bobby Prince in between you. School in these little lights. Yo!
I like this. I got a whole couch to myself.
Where's the kids? Where's the kid? There's one.
He just threw it at my 8-year-old.
But that wasn't not a kid.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Now, real kid, not kid.
I hosted the
Bobby up.
I hosted the costume contest yesterday, and every single one of those motherfuckers stepped on all that. Don't eat it. Just hold on to it.
Just pretend.
It's all my father's fault.
It was like part of a pinata they could beat up here, like in the cosplay contest. He came out as a pinata and he beat him.
What do we got? This dare to compare.
Oh,
Bean
yeah.
Boozle. We got some.
Oh, Bean Boozle. Those are the ones that have like, I go poopy beans.
Best question gets awarded the dare to
Melissa
compare
loves
Bean and Boozle.
Melissa Rose loves Bean Boozle.
The worst game.
Sometimes it's all right.
Sometimes you don't have to do anything. It's just awesome. And I think they just hang out. All right. So, who wants the first question? Because you do not want to hear from. All right, saw your hands. Let's just do it.
What's up, icons?
Hey, what's up, Jen? Give it up for Jen, y'all.
Yeah. Jen's been around. Jenny on the block.
Nobody knows me. Okay, so for Scary Movie, I know you guys said that you came up with your own jokes at points. So I was wondering what your favorite one was, or one that maybe didn't make it into the movie that you really liked.
Oh, really? You gotta go to Leon?
Go first. I'll go first.
Yeah.
So, great question. The Wayans family are very collaborative, which is awesome. And when we first showed up to shoot Scary Movie, we had like a week of rehearsals. And they gave us questionnaires to fill out from the point of view or perspective of our characters. So I was like, what does your character like to do on their day off or on a holiday? Or, what kind of car does your character drive? All these things. And I put in, I filled out the whole thing from like a very perverted point of view, because I felt like that's who Bobby was. And I was like, I love to feed my girlfriend hot dogs, And that ended up in the movie. I can't remember stuff that was pitched that didn't make it in there, but there definitely was a lot. There's a deleted scene after me and Cindy have sex, and we're lying there, and we're both covered in you-know-what. And she's like, oh, Bobby, I just love being able to spend time with you. And I'm like, yeah, baby, hold on one second. Go make me a sandwich. Da-da-da-da-da. And that didn't make it into the movie because it's just a little too hardcore. So, that's my answer.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of jokes do make it into that movie because they want to put as many as they can. But I know one that got cut out like right away. Like, in fact, everybody even on set was like, "Ooh, can't believe you said that." So I did one bonus too. He was like, when Cindy's coming out of the police station and she fights with Gail. And I don't even know if that part even made it, how much of a fight, but it was like a full-on fight, cat fight. And then Keenan was like, yeah, you yell something because you're into it or whatever. And I yelled, I was like, yeah. I go, kick her in the pussy. That's what I said. And everyone's like, oh. Like right on set, I go, I felt like a real degenerate. I was like, that's what I felt like something Doofy would say. You know, so didn't make it in. But it got signed right now. Let's see what that would look like.
Can you sign that again for
Kick
us?
her in the pussy. There you go.
It's kind of exactly what I thought it was.
Now we all know it.
I have one actually. In Scream 5, I was supposed to be really a lot more of a drunk.
Right? Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah, I really like.
Hard with it.
I actually had a ton of conversations with him. I was like, I think that's sort of more of my past than Dewey's character. Dewey's not that much of a, he's not that type of person. But so in that scene, I was really wasted, and I get punched in the scene, and then I fall on a pool table and fall down. And I said to him, you have to have one of the kids walk out after I hit the ground and say, bam, bitch went down. Kill, I'm telling you, it kill. And they had Amber's character say it, so I think they cut it out for that reason.
Oh, once again, I'm so glad my 8-year-old of all 3 days decided to attend this one.
Earmuffs.
I have a question for David Arquette. So, okay. Damn it.
You got this,
is
man.
so bad. Are you mostly, like, when you think about Dewey, what is the feeling that you get immediately? Are you mostly proud about his super realistic, in-depth evolution as a character? Or are you mostly moved by the reaction of the fans when he died?
Yeah, that was really touching. I mean, it was really hard for me to like play a character for so long and having to let him go, and having lost Wes had a lot to do with it, and being really sad about that, and kind of but yeah, the fans' reaction was really touching and really personal, and everyone who's come out and talked to me about how much it impacted them. I really thank you for it. It's very sweet of you, and I feel a super connection about that.
Thank you.
Legends never die.
I get called Doofy all the time, too. For years. Yeah, Doofy.
I have people come up to my table, will you sign it, smell my finger, Dewey? I'm like, okay.
I got a funny story. I went to see Scary Movie the night it came out in New York City, where I'm from, in Union Square. It was a packed house, midnight show. And I was at the back of the theater, and then at the end, we were walking out, and everybody's walking out of the theater, and they're all like, it's Doofy! It's Doofy! Oh my God, Doofy's here! And I'm like, no, I'm not Doofy, I'm Bobby, actually. And they're like, it's Doofy! I also get called Dewey, Doofy all the time.
Maybe
How do you say
maybe you
Doofy?
grabbed your pants.
Yeah, what's Doofy?
You gotta spell it out.
Yeah.
No, we should make up a. Hey, no, I think you're like your sign language for Dewey should just be like. And then Dewey would be like. Yeah, there you go. That's Dewey. There you go. Yeah, the Vampire language is always evolving because they were like, how do you say this backstage? How do you say this? Choose this, and then I go, how do you say bullshit? And then show them bullshit. No, you said that was bullshit. Yeah. Because when I was a kid, this was bullshit.
And what's
That's old language.
and penguin diarrhea?
Oh, penguin.
Penguin diarrhea.
Yeah!
I know that as a chocolate popsicle. No.
All right. Right there with the New York jacket, and then I'll come over to you. Okay?
Thank
New York
you.
jacket.
This question's for David Arquette. Just curious, what was your reaction to the parody when you first saw it? Like your character, were you insulted? Were you like?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
It really is. No.
No, I thought it was hilarious.
See, I didn't know that because okay. So first off, one of the early my wife was gone. One of the early times met David. You know, I actually lived next door on Gower.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think I was 16.
Wow, that's the house I grew up in.
Yeah. So I lived next door with your family still lived there when I was there, yeah. And so I never met him then. And then the first time I met him was at the premiere of Tripper. Has anyone seen Tripper? Well, put your hands up if you've seen Tripper. More people need to see Tripper. It's a fucking awesome movie. It's a great horror movie. Yeah, and Paul Rubens is amazing in it, right?
Yeah.
And it's who's the guy that played Punisher? He dates your sister Beaver. There you go.
Thomas Jane.
Was he in it too?
Yeah, Tom
Okay.
Hanks. Yeah.
So I hung out with him before the premiere, you know, and I was like, I don't know how he likes me. And then like, you were wearing a white suit with the blood, remember? And you were greeting everyone like it was a wedding on the red carpet. Yeah. And I was like, I went, oh hey, and I didn't even get Dave out. He goes, I know who you are. I know who you are. Maybe he's upset over the thing.
No.
You know, you just knew what I was.
Maybe I was a little like aggro. I don't know. This was my first movie premiere, and then I directed a film, so I was like, oh.
I won a Ronald Reagan Tripper mask on James J. Janice. It was like a Christmas game show thing that he did. And I had it at my home. I'm like, I just like always forget to bring it when I know you're going to be like, I wanted you to sign it. So please watch that movie. It's great. It really needs to, I think it should get a rebirth. You know what I mean?
When somebody spoofs you in a film, it's kind of like an honor, unless you like don't really have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And also, when you do a film, and sorry about your son being here,
No.
but then it becomes a porn parody. That's another career high. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know,
Right.
all the-
Yeah. Because
It's just funny.
yeah, because your thing is like a parody of horror movies in a sense, and then we're doing a spoof. It's sort of like this weird layer of like a double comedy. Just to let you know, though, and I think a lot of people know this, that the Doofy character, for me, I made a film on my own in 1990 called Dave Sheridan's American, and it was a video. It was put out only on VHS, and it was just an anthology of me just playing all my characters that I had created in college at Second City. Wow. And the character was Chip, and it was all, in all essence, Doofy. And Miramax saw the American Chameleon, and then saw the Chip character. They called me saying, they went into the Weinstein saying, Peter Schwerin was the executive over there, and he watched it and said, I think this is our Doofy. You know, and they go, oh yeah, we like that, have to meet with Keenan. So the character was straight up already, like, I didn't change anything about it because I had a mustache. You know? I even had that stupid hair. So it's sort of like 10 years before having this character that then went on to become something that's sort of iconic, but it really wasn't, and I was not making fun of him. You know what I mean? As you know, I mean, it's like, you're nothing like Doofy. So.
The more than you know.
I do have a question for him though. The only thing I could think that he might be like, fuck, is since Doofy's Ghostface in the first movie, did I totally fuck him off and never being Ghostface? Because they would be like, oh, we can't do that because Doofy already did it. You know?
You know, I pitched the Ghostface a few times when the sort of scripts were up in the air, and Wes was always like, no, Dewey could never be Ghostface. I never really put it together that also means you probably will not be in any of the other movies. So.
Right. It's really not your character. Really, he has such a pure heart, Dewey. You know what I mean? So yeah. I like what I in the screen things how you have probably the most evolution out of any of the other characters because you sort of keep stepping up and you know what I mean? Because you're maturing so much more than the other people. Like you are like the deputy, sort of bumbling deputy, and then you're like the hero and stuff like that. So.
And then like sad, broken man. Just a lot like life. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you this much: when he died, I was more like that was almost like the future of Doofy's demise too, because if you spoof the movie, it's like, oh, that might happen. I don't know. Fuck.
I can tell you that Skeet Ulrich hates me. Hates me.
No.
Won't even look me in the eye.
Stop. Does it take it personally?
Terrible. Feels terrible. I feel terrible that I hurt his feelings so bad, but Doesn't want to talk to me. Neither does Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, I was going to say he loves you. He
Freddie
wants
Prinze
that
Jr. is my
money.
biggest fan, yeah. Sunday dinners at his house.
All right, right here, and then I'll get you back in the back. Right there. Yes, ma'am, with glass.
Do you guys all have like a favorite moment from filming? Like any of your movies? Doesn't have to be Scream or Scary Movie, just any of them.
Favorite moment of filming any movie?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I got to work with Marlon Brando once. That was pretty epic. It was his last film. It was called Easy Money.
I know that one, yeah.
And he was like, he was the warden who's retiring, and I'm presenting him with his truck that he gets after retirement. I'm like a used car salesman. I showed up, and it was just, he was like, okay, so what if the kid just grabs my hand and he won't let go? I was like, I love it. Because all of his humor was kind of like slapstick and Three Stooges like vaudeville. They're like, okay, then what if he gives me the keys to the car, to the truck, and then I go over, he gets on his hands and knees and step on his back to get up. And I was like, sure, I love it. And the director's like, no, absolutely. He was pretty big at the time, so he's like, no, absolutely. I was like, no, I'm the youngest of 5. I've been doing that move forever. Strong back. He's like, no, I won't let you do it. But he was really nice.
Wait, did Frank Oz direct that?
No. I forgot the director's name. A French director, Montreal French director.
She's from Halifax.
I
I just consider myself blessed anytime I'm shooting a film. I mean, it's the easiest. It's not easy work, but you're a kid in a candy shop. You know, it's fun. So I've always had a great time in every film. I would say, does anyone know Ghost World?
Yeah.
So Ghost World, I wasn't supposed to be in Ghost World, but I was friends with Terry Swigoff, and I was making a movie with that character as well. But at that time it was Stewart, and it got shut down. The budget went out of control, and Ashton Kutcher was like my nemesis. Amanda Plummer was playing my sister. Bob Guthrie or whatever, the warden from Shawshank Redemption, he was like the dad of the love interest that hated me. It was great. We had a great cast, and it was a Demolition Derby movie, and the budget went from $3 million to $14 million because of Adam Sandler's movie, The Waterboy. Because then the studio was like, we need to make the Demolition Derby bigger. Because I was a pizza delivery guy, like going in this Demolition Derby to win the love of the thing. But they were like, you need to transcend it and have all these crazy stunts, and that just blew the budget up. And then they went, it's too much money now. The people that said make it bigger, I go, you made it bigger. Okay, so it's like a small movie. But then Terry called me when it was canned. He goes, what do you look like? I look like the character. He goes, we'll just fit you in the movie in Ghost World. And they put me in this 7-Eleven scene. But I showed up as character. Everything I wear that was mine. And I had the mullet and everything. And they'd say, come by right at lunch, you know? So I came by at lunch, and they'd go get some food. And I knew, I was walking in as a character, and I was getting the food, and I could tell, nobody knew who I was. They didn't tell anybody that this guy's a cast member. And it was like the 80s going, sir, this is for, cast and crew. It was like in the public, it was a tent, like in a parking lot by a gas station. I was like, I went right to it, I go, my uncle, man, he owns the gas station. This is our land. He said I could eat here. And they were like, what? I had nunchucks in my thing. I sat down, and I was like, I know, man, I have the right to eat here. I have the right, I'm an American citizen. And everybody was shitting bricks except for Steve Buscemi, and his brother. His brother's a firefighter, and they were 2 New York guys that just wanted to beat the shit out of me. And they were like, you gotta go, man, we're gonna kick the shit out of you. And I was like, man, and I was doing the nunchucks and stuff. And my last line was like I didn't know who his brother was, even though I did know his brother. I go, I don't know who you are, man, but I know who you are, Buscemi. I know who you are, and I will find you. And then the producer said, no, it's Dave the actor. So that was, that's fun.
You want me to answer?
Yeah, please.
Shit, I'm like Dave. I like to work, so it's always fun and amazing. But I got to play Robert De Niro's son in Meet the Parents, and there's a scene in which he finds a sculpture in Greg's pocket, and confronts me about it in a tuxedo shop. And he's so good when you're this close to him. And I think they use that take in the movie, but he's like, "Is this yours?" And I legit forgot that I wasn't his son, and like was like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna get grounded. I'm like, it's not mine. Like, it's not mine." And they use that take, and if you watch it, like, I really legit think in that moment that I'm caught the hero's son and I'm in trouble, you know? So that one sticks out for me for sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, you with the glasses, and then ma'am with the glasses. Yes, sir, go.
Being that both Scary Movie and the Scream franchise were made by Dimension Miramax, do you have any wine scene stories you can legally tell?
Wine scene stories you can legally tell.
Well, how do you think we all got in those movies?
And if you don't get that reference, Google it later.
But I would just say that believe in karma. That's all. It all works out. So
I
wherever
have
you're at in
a
life.
ridiculous one. I used to have this nightclub called David Arquette Presents Beecher's Madhouse at the Roosevelt Hotel. And there was this crazy club where we were just little people would fly on wires and drop bottles off to people.
Did you
We had
wrestling?
a giant. What's that?
Did you have the little people wrestling?
They may have wrestled in some of the shows that we did there, but yeah, we had like little mini Lady Gaga, like all kinds of stuff. We had a giant Amazon Ashley, this huge lady. But it was just this wild party. But we also had a screening room there, and they screened Black Swan there. And it was their movie. And, you know, we would party. That was when I used to drink and we always did it. We went up afterwards, and you know, it was a Miramax movie, and then Harvey Weinstein was there. He was like, he was acting like he didn't know me or something. And I was like, "You don't know me, Harvey?" And I got all in his face, and my partner was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Say you don't know me now, Harvey." What are you doing? I was just wasted, but then I think there was some pent up anger too, and then I was dancing around and fell in the pool. So embarrassing. Oh, and I saw at one point before that, it was the cringiest night of my life. I went up to Todd Phillips, and I said, "Hey Todd, I'm auditioning for Old School. How do I get in the Todd Phillips business?" I said to him, and he looked at me like, "You fucking moron." Yeah. Classy.
All right, ma'am.
All right, I have two questions. One specifically for David Arquette. You come from a family that is extremely famous. Lots of different people in your family have been in the industry. How does that feel? How does that take on for your roles in films, and how does that affect you? And then for all of you, what is your favorite piece of movie memorabilia that you may or may not have been given or taken from a set?
What did you pilfer?
Or been given?
Should I answer the first part?
Yeah, answer the family.
Well, my family goes back to vaudeville as actors. They had worked, had a little vaudeville act in Toledo, Ohio, and my grandfather, Cliff Arquette, came out of that and created a character named Charlie Weaver, and he was on the radio, and then he made a transition to television, was on the original Tonight Show, the Jack Parr Show, and then the Hollywood Squares. And then my dad and my mother actually also were actors. So I don't know, it's something that, my dad was an improvisational actor, so we studied a lot with him and just learned this sort of craft coming up. But as I was younger, I was just rejected all the time. And then I met a really incredible drama teacher that gave me a lot of confidence, and I started booking my first stuff. But you know, it definitely helps get you in the door. But you know, this is the kind of business, like you use any kind of angle that you can, and call who you know, and you're just, it's a business that has a lot of rejection involved. It can often be kind of like soul crushing. So you can't ever let that. You have to have confidence. You have to keep hustling. You have to not take it seriously. You have to have other things you're doing so you don't just wait for the phone to ring or anything. So I feel very blessed to be part of my family. I'm such a fan of my sisters and brother and my Alexis who passed. And, yeah, so, and now we have a whole new generation that's coming up that are all, Coco loves acting and singing, and Zoe Blue, my sister Rosanna's daughter is coming out in Luc Besson's Dracula. She's gonna just crush. Harlow Jane, who's Patricia and Thomas Jane's daughter, is coming out and a few really wonderful things. And she's a tremendous actress too, so I'm excited for them to sort of, you know, you guys to see what they have to offer as well. There's a lot of talk like the nepo stuff, and I get it. But like if you grow up in a family that, you know, builds houses, you learn how to build houses, you know what I mean? And, you know, so there's definitely, you know, it could be, I don't know, I just wanted to say, don't hate on that whole thing.
Yeah, I grew up in a family that cooked meth. Stop by my table.
Well, did you guys get anything from the set? Is there something that you kept over these years that you really have?
Well, can I just speak to that? One thing that, do you have your chair back from the first?
Yeah.
So your chair back says Dewey, but it probably says Scary Movie on the back, right?
Yeah, it's a scary movie.
Right, mine says Doofy, and it says Scream, and then in really small writing, if you know what I did last Halloween. So like, the chair back actually looks, from a distance, looks like Scream, because I've done a lot of work with Jamie Kennedy, so it said Randy, Scary Movie. I was like, oh, that's how I know. So that's kind of funny, because you guys know that when they shot, it was called Scary Movie, and they switched to Scream. But Miramax always liked Scary Movie, so when we were shooting ours, it was called Scream, if you know what I did last Halloween, and then before they put it out, they just changed it to Scary Movie.
I have, okay, this is a recent one. I'm on a new Marvel show, which is called Wonder Man. It comes out on Disney Plus in January. I play a guy named, I don't want to give anything away, but I ended up with his business cards. And so it's cool because when you watch the show, it's a cool knick-knack. But yeah, Dave has some good stuff. Dave, you have like the original molds of the Ghostface mask.
I have the Was Up one and the Hero one, the actual masks.
Yeah.
And the robe and the knife and a bunch of stuff, because near the end of shooting that thing, the producer came around asking what size jacket I was, and I was like, oh, for what? He goes, well, wrap gift, and I was like, I'm probably never gonna wear that jacket, you know. And so I said, you know, instead of a jacket, can I just like keep the robe and the masks and stuff, you know? And he's like, let me go check with the other guys. And then he came back, I think he went there and goes, we can save $250 if we don't give, just give me that shit. You know, and he came back and said, yeah, you're good, because you have the jacket, and everyone else, it was a nice leather Letterman's jacket.
Yeah, it's like a varsity jacket.
You know. Because you guys wore it to a convention one time, we're all wearing our jackets. I was like, and I didn't even remember, I go, we got jackets? And I didn't remember I made that deal. But guess what? It was indentured servitude, because that deal wasn't free. I actually had to like make videos for the Weinsteins for like their bar mitzvahs and all this stuff. They're like, you know, can you make a video as Ghostface for this? Can you make a video like for like a year until I told them like, oh, I lost it, you know, because I was like, I'm tired of making videos for these people.
I was about to say, what kind of videos?
Ghostface, you know, in a hotel room.
All right, kind of right there with the glasses. Yeah, no, right there with the hat. Hat on top of your glasses, and then I'll get one. Yeah.
So this is a long shot. This is a Hail Mary, but we have a new scary movie coming out. We have a new Scream movie coming out. I think it's been confirmed that David Arquette, you are coming back somehow. I think that's been confirmed.
I mean.
Technology, I don't know, right? So, yeah, well, can you guys tell us anything about the new Scream movie
Well, for me, they made me eat an MDNA. I mean, I'm sorry, like, no, sign an NDA. Maybe both. So I don't remember much or can't talk about it. No comment.
You're just gonna have to go to the theater and find out.
I'll just say I loved working with Kevin Williamson, the writer, as a director. But don't blink.
Yeah, that's a good movie too.
I haven't got anybody over here. You were so excited. Go ahead, do it.
Okay, two-part question. Who's your favorite Scream character, and who's your favorite Scary Movie character?
To all of us, you're saying?
Favorite Scream character and favorite Scary Movie character.
I mean, there's something about Nev Campbell, just Sidney Prescott being just the I don't know who you've been.
I love Randy in the first one because it really ain't the thing with all the rules and stuff like that. And Stu was like just a great performance, you know what I mean, with some of his stuff. So the Scary Movie, Miss Man. I hope they release, when they put out Scary Movie 6, they really should release an uncut version of the first one because there's so many scenes that got cut out, and this man's kill scene was pretty epic, and I'm sad that that got cut out.
There's actually a scene where Dave or Doofy arrests me.
And
He's like slamming me up and down on a hood. I think that's on YouTube, but let's see. Scream, I think for me it's Drew Barrymore. No offense, guys, but I just, you know, it's so iconic and I love Drew Barrymore. She's awesome. And then Scary Movie, no offense, Dave, I do love this man very much, but Shawn Wayans, every time I watch that movie, he makes me laugh out loud. He's so funny in that movie, and just, it's so like underplayed comedy. Yeah, he's just really, really good. So I'm gonna go with Shawn Wayans, or Gay Ray, as you might know.
All right, we only have time for a couple more questions. I know I suck. All right, you all did not get your question in the Hellraiser panel, and I saw you. That's the reason I made eye contact. Go ahead, you got this.
But ask us that Hellraiser question.
That would be actually very funny. What's your favorite dessert? I actually started this Friday with what's your favorite ice cream, but what's your all's favorite dessert? Real quick.
Gino's Italian Ices Rainbow.
I like a cannoli.
I'm a pie guy.
What pie?
Balls of the clown, just any pies.
Favorite fan interaction you've had? Your favorite fan interaction? It's tough.
I just did a show down in Tampa, Florida, and someone showed up as me in Terrifier 3, which was pretty shocking and awesome, because it's, you know, it's not like a very important character in that film, so I was like super excited by that.
What about you guys? Favorite fan interaction?
I love all the fans, by the way.
Yeah.
No, really, that's why we like doing these things. It's so awesome to meet all of you and connect with all of you, and like, it's just awesome. And I used to go to these things when I was a kid, and my dad used to take me, and I would like follow Tom Savini around, and it's just awesome. So I'm a fan as well.
There's so many different levels of, we do this all the time, all day, you know what I mean? Like, and so there's really special moments and there's really fun moments. If you come to my table, we definitely have some laughs, you know what I mean? I can be pretty harsh with some of the fans. It's always fun. If I could tell two, I'll tell the funny one.
Absolutely not.
I'll tell the heartwarming one and the funny one.
Okay.
The funny one, you've been to both. He's been to both of these. The funny one was the one recently this summer where this chick showed up as Doofy in the underwear scene. but with like a 13-inch dildo, right? And she pulls it out of her underwear. And we're in a store, by the way, with all these kids.
Stinger Pros in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and I had to sign it. But that wasn't the really good. She had this Asian friend, Chinese guy, who I don't think spoke any English.
No English.
And I don't think she even knew him.
Yeah.
And she made him play the vacuum. And he was all crunched out like this, like a...
He had like an upside down pot on his head, like a colander or
he
something.
had like a Spartan helmet, right?
That's
All
crazy.
this stuff. And she's making him like, and I was like, this is crazy.
I don't think he ever saw a scary movie, honestly. I think he just was like, okay.
The next day though, because we were doing it where I grew up, but this was only like 40 minutes from where my family is. So then I go, I didn't have the nerve to tell you, but that was my sister. And I had these guys convince him, was, yeah, I didn't want to.
He goes, oh, I didn't want to tell anybody, but that was my sister who came dressed as me.
Now the touching one, which is really what I get the most out of doing these things, it really is special to meet all of the people that you've touched or you know helped out in life and stuff like that. You know Sarah from the UK?
Yes.
So this one went from like a level 5 stage 5 clear stalker kind of thing. Like I was afraid, and then it turned out to be something completely different. But so people were sending me her Twitter account years ago, and there was no pictures of her. It was just pictures of her bedroom, which was all Dave Sheridan pillows and Dave Sheridan calendars and Dave Sheridan everything, Dave Sheridan bed sheets. And then there were photos of her, but it was only her tattoos, and it was every one of my characters and my signature and like my name all down her arm. And that was the only tattoos were all me, but you never saw who she was. And then she saw I knew she lived in England, and I was like, oh, and I said to Liz, I go, I wonder if that Sarah chick is gonna come. Right? And then she did text like, I'm gonna come meet you. And I was like, oh my God, like what is this gonna be like? And it wasn't nothing what I thought. She was about 22 years old, and her dad brought her. And she was like high on the spectrum, but also had like agoraphobia, I guess. She hadn't yet left her house in 5 years, and she hadn't let herself. Well, then I found this out. She did remember all the photo ops. Because did you ever do For the Love of Horror? Yeah. They do a lot of photo ops, right? So I was Dylan, and I was Ghostface, and I was Doofy, and I was Doofy with you guys, right? And so she bought every photo op, and then the dad came over and said, he hugged me and said, he was crying. He said, I want to thank you. She hasn't let herself be photographed in 10 years. You know, the first time she's been photographed. And then we went back to Scotland this year, and she came and, you know, he said she's really doing good, and she's getting out, she got a job. So
I'm confused about, yeah, give it up for Sarah.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. She's always watching this. Always thinking of you.
But I have a question. Where did she touch you?
In which photo? All right.
Well, I just worked with the director, Johnny, who he was like, I was a fan and I reached out to you on MySpace. And you hadn't gotten back to me, and I sent you my script, and then you sent it to, somehow he got a call from, you wrote Sam Raimi's company. Somehow the script that he'd sent me made its way to Sam Raimi's company, and then they contacted him. He said it never went anywhere, but it was kind of the first spark of him, like, there's something out there. And now I just worked with him on a film called The Green River Killer, and that was an interesting one. But there was a girl here, Olivia, that had written a book, was here this weekend, and she just written about how much it, the Scream films had inspired her. She's friends with all the cast, and we meet her at a lot of different ones, and that she had now written this book. And that's what I love, when it inspires others to create and get out and do something, express yourself. or just get you out of something and get you from a hard place. I mean, get that a lot of the time. Like that movie means so much to me, and I was really in a dark place, and just like watching that movie, those kind of things. I mean, whenever you can do something that really helps you escape and just feel connected, and even like coming out here, seeing the community that happens, and everybody and the fun times that we all have, and just that's really what it's all about.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this is really what they pay me for, to be a bad guy. We are out of time. You guys gonna be able to go back to your tables for another hour? You going back to
Yeah,
yourself?
about an hour.
If you did not get your question asked, head back that way. Stand and scream. You will find us.
I want to take a selfie real quick with all of you. Can you do that?
Yeah, let's get a selfie. Can you do it?
You can get in. I've got people back here volunteering to take the day.
Everybody on the count of 3, scream. 1, 2,